How's it going, Rogues Gallery? It's been a little while, and we're going to talk about why that is, what happened, and where things are going to be going in the future for myself and for the channel. Yeah, let's just get into it. We're not going to beat around the bush too much, and I apologize if my voice sounds a little different. It's going to be like that for a little bit longer, just as my throat continues to heal, because, well, I had neck and throat and mouth surgery because I had, well, a really infected tooth that I had to have like an emergency surgery because it basically made it so I couldn't open my mouth. Yeah, they had to like cut into my gums, and I'll spare you all the details, but they also had to cut into my throat and like go into like my neck from the outside. Needless to say, it was a little rough, and it put me out of commission for a couple weeks. Now I'm finally feeling a lot better, despite me still sounding like I sometimes have, like, you know, cotton in my mouth or whatever. My partner thinks that I sound like I'm stuffed up a little bit. That's kind of true. And so, yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Obviously, it was like intense surgery, and hospital bills were pretty high, and I guess I could talk about a little bit of the ramifications for that and other things going forward, because they also found some other medical issues while I was there, because, hey, I don't really go to the doctor all that often, because other than this, I was feeling pretty fine, right? But because of that, and because of some other stuff, I'm going to have more dental work done. I'm going to have to get another tooth on this side extracted, and a bunch of other stuff too. And because of that, and because of all of like the extra medical bills and everything, I essentially canceled like all of my anime figure pre-orders, which isn't that big of a deal. But it also means that I have to cut back quite a bit on like TCG spending. So I'll probably be covering a lot less variety of card games for the foreseeable future, outside of like sponsored stuff or little things here or there. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it means. I'm gonna have to like scrounge up some money for some pretty like serious dental surgery and some other stuff going forward into the future. I'm not gonna sit here and like beg for money and be like, oh, you know, please give me money or whatever. But if you would like to support at all, I would just say, hey, look, I already have normal ways to do that. So I have my Patreon, where we have like monthly rewards, custom cards, as well as like booster packs and all that kind of stuff. In fact, this month, the booster packs for the booster pack tier, the mainline tier, it's going to be Shadowverse Evolved, Gods of the Arcana, MRC Alter Edition for Grand Archive, and then I'm unsure what the third one is going to be. The third one's kind of like changes month to month until Gundam comes out, and then I would like it to be Gundam going forward, depending on if we can actually get the packs. The pre-order prices for that are insane, and I'm not going to pay $200 a booster box, especially with like medical bills ramping up. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. If I can get it at MSRP, yeah. Otherwise, I don't know. We'll see. I'm also interested in the Hololive card game, and I'll be covering that here and there. So Hololive card game could be a thing. So this month it's going to be either Weiss Schwarz, probably Nikke, or a Vanguard, the latest Vanguard set, which comes out at the end of the month. So we'll see how that goes. You can also support via the merch store. In fact, we're gonna have a new playmat at some time soon, you know, later this year. Mecha Gundam themed playmat. Same artist as before, Pinakis. It's gonna look awesome. We haven't really started it yet, but we're hoping to start it soon. And the other one sold so well that I think this is gonna be a good one as well. But we're also going to be launching some enamel pins of our mascot character Katsumi, and here's an image, art by Lucky Yuki. The quality is going to be the same as Lucky Yuki's enamel pins, so if you have gotten those before, yeah. In fact, I have some, like this style quality. So, yeah, it's gonna look really nice. Obviously, you can see the art here. Looks good. And I'm hoping to sell these for $15 on the merch store. I don't know if I'm gonna have the pre-orders up now. I might put them up now. So if you'd like to pre-order, you can pre-order them. I'm not sure when they're going to be coming in. Maybe in a month-ish or so. They're currently being manufactured. So yeah, if you'd like to support, if you'd like to help out, there's all that kind of stuff. There's channel memberships on YouTube. But yeah, the merch store and the Patreon are good ways to support. They're just normal ways to support if you'd like to do that. And then going forward, hopefully we're going to be resuming regular content here. Like I said, I'm feeling a lot better despite my voice being a little bit off. We have some Grand Archive stuff coming up. We have MRC Alter Edition. MRC is like my favorite Grand Archive set, so I'm definitely checking out MRC Alter, as well as both of the Recollection Deck Lights. We're going to be doing a review of those, seeing if they are worth it. Famously, all the other rendition of the Recollection decks are my favorite sealed TCG product or pre-constructed product on the market. I think they're amazing, so eager to see how the Recollection Deck Lights stack up. What else? I actually wrote it. Hold on. I wrote it all. I'm on my phone. Let me pull this out. Actually get to where I wrote it. We also have... Oh yeah, so we have some other videos that I had planned before I went into surgery. So I have what decks am I enjoying for... I guess it's going to be like the first half of 2025. It was supposed to be the first quarter, but at this point it's going to be like the first half. I also have my experience building my first ever constructed Weiss-Schwarz decks. That should be really interesting. I'll talk about like how I built them, the resources I used to check out what decks were doing well, everything that went into it. So I think that'll be fun, and I think, yeah, it'll be cool. I actually built a few decks. As well as we have a Hololive 5 starter deck opening for some Japanese starter decks that I picked up in Japan. That should be pretty fun. Especially if you like Hololive, we can kind of get a little sneak peek about what's coming into English. We can I have a really fun video that I'm calling Japan's $1 TCG. I'm not going to say any more about it, but it's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And then we also have, Gundam, Shadowverse, and Grand Archive news coming up, as well as a few other things scattered here and there. For me personally, I'll be attending Grand Archive Worlds at the end of the month, and then after that I will be going to Anime Expo. I'll talk more about both of those in the future, but just know if you're going to be attending these things, I will be there. So come up and say hi to me at these events. But other than that, yeah, that's kind of just a quick little channel update. Hopefully we're going to be resuming regular content here, trying to get back to like the 3 videos a week. And yeah, a lot of those videos that I mentioned are kind of like the bigger videos. Like I said, we're still going to have like news and that kind of stuff. I'll probably talk about the recent Grand Archive bans in a video very soon. As well as I might have like a special little opening and that kind of stuff. And I do want to give a special shout out at this point in time to the folks who knew what I was going through. I did post about this in the community section here on YouTube, but also on my other socials. And the folks who knew about what was going on and sent me kind messages, and even like our friends at Midwest Car Dealer sent me some really pretty cards, like a Get Well card, and the folks over at Weaves of the Shore and Grand Archive sent me a really, really nice, very thoughtful, like Get Well Soon thing. So I do want to give a huge shout out to those folks, and it means a lot to me. It really meant a lot. Because I'll be honest, the last couple weeks have been some of the worst in my life. It's been pretty terrible. Not being able to open your mouth and eat properly is awful. Is very awful. So on top of everything else, I was like, hungry and sick of like soup and eating liquids and stuff. I don't know. It was just quite bad. So I'm happy to be doing a lot better, and happy to get back to work and make more content and videos for all y'all. So that's about it. Going into next month, into July. So we have, later this month, we have Shadowverse Worlds Beyond, and I will be covering that. I think I might cover a little bit here, but I do have my separate Shadowverse Worlds Beyond YouTube channel called Red Zone Beyond. I'll be probably posting most of the stuff over there. And then going into next month, we have Gundam and we have Hololive. And as I mentioned before, I'm really into Gundam. I want it to be my third main game, but we'll have to see what availability and price looks like. Because, man, I'm not paying $50 a starter deck. I'm not paying $200 a booster box. Not for me at this point in time. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm trying to look for a sponsor for the Gundam content. Maybe a store that can actually sell me the product at a good MSRP. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. But yeah, I think that's it. I think I covered most of the things. I might have forgotten something here or there. If you see me at Grand Archive Worlds or Anime Expo, I will have my Evo points. Check it out. This is my signature that I've been doing on them. At least kind of like the fancy signatures. But I have a bunch of these, so I have a lot more than this. So if you see me at the events, come say hi. If you want an Evo point, let me know. I'll give you an Evo point. If we have time, I can even give you a nice signature too. So that's that. And yeah, thanks so much for the support. Thanks so much for sticking around the last couple weeks with like no content. I've been really wanting to get back to work, but you know, it's been difficult. So been playing a lot of random like video games and watching a lot of YouTube and stuff. But anyway, enough of that. Thanks so much, everyone. Expect some content coming out very shortly. This week I hope to get the Grand Archive stuff, MRC Ultra Edition, as well as the Reco decks, and maybe a little special opening that'll probably be coming up very soon. JWW and Main Deck sent me a kind of a package, and we'll see what's inside. So thanks so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. As mentioned, if you would like to support anyway, we have channel memberships here. We have the merch store, and we have Patreon. Those are all great ways to support, just normal ways to do so. I'll look into getting the pins up on the merch store as well. Like I said, I think we're going to try to do $15. I don't want to charge too much. I want to be really reasonable. And I was looking at other people who sell pins, and I've seen them up to like 30, but I think it's too much. I think 15 is a good amount, and I can make them comfortably at that amount. So, and I don't know how much we're going to be making, so I think the first run's only going to be like 50 pins, and I don't know if we're going to remake them. So if you want one, hey, go ahead and pick one up, support the channel. I'll show them off more once we actually get the physical versions. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.